I jumped in with both feet, and I wanted to explore every opportunity to sin. And it wasn't just drugs and alcohol, it was sin. I mean, I'm doing things to cover up the money I'm spending. I mean, come on, these are bad things, and I know it. You know why? Because the Holy Spirit's telling me. If you're hiding it, there's a problem.
Happy your life, happy your life, happy your life.
No, I grew up in a sober home. My dad didn't drink. My mom didn't drink. I grew up in South Phoenix, which at the time was a biker mecca, and so there was a lot of drugs in the community. But frankly, I was taken to church every Sunday, and I was pretty much sheltered, really, from. I knew it was out there. I mean, I heard of it, but it really didn't touch my life. I went in with an abandon because I felt I had a whole lot of time to make up. I turned 19. Arizona lowered the drinking age to 19, so I started going to bars at 19. I mean, I jumped in with both feet, and I wanted to explore every opportunity to sin. And it wasn't just drugs and alcohol, it was sin. I mean, you know, I got involved in selling drugs. Everything I could do that was just so anti what I was brought up. It comes back down to all the other drugs I did. I've done some very hard drugs. I've used needles. I've used needles to do my dope of all kinds. But it started with the marijuana. The marijuana opened the door, and I had a hard time shaking marijuana. They say it's not addicting. No, it's addicting. I struggled knowing I didn't. You know, they say addiction is when you're doing something you no longer want to do, but you feel compelled to do it anyway. I had to smoke marijuana. I smoked it when I got up. I smoked it before work. I smoked it at work. I smoked it after work. I smoked it before I went to bed. I mean, I smoked it all the time, and I couldn't stop. Marijuana is addicting. It's a dangerous drug. And that led to heroin. That led to cocaine. It led to every other horrible thing that I've done to my body, you know. Of course, yes. There was a time then it was fun, you know, and that was actually very early on. That went away fairly soon, which is why then I had to try a new drug to find that new honeymoon, you know. And that's why that's one of the reasons why I kept going from this to that to that to that, was to get to that sweet spot again, you know. And here's something funny, because you never get it again. I mean, I don't care how. I mean, I know people that are addicted to the same drug for 30 years and they're still doing it. They're functional. They're a functional addict, but they never get that high again. What they're doing is their drug to be normal. They are now normal. They're not normal until they do their drug. Well, for one thing, I wasn't happy. You know, I mean, just from an emotional standpoint, I wasn't happy doing that. You know, you and I have spoken with friends. You know, I would tell you the times that I would be in places doing things and I'm going, why are you here? Is this what you're calling fun? Are you enjoying yourself? You know, I'm going, no, I'm not having fun. No, I don't want to be here. You know, I mean, that was probably the first thing, you know, but not only that, I mean, I had to hide stuff. You know, I can't show my wife what I'm doing. I'm doing things to cover up the money I'm spending. I mean, come on, these are bad things, and I know it. You know why? Because the Holy Spirit's telling me. If you're hiding it, there's a problem. You know. I mean, the church actually made a huge difference in enabling me to get out of where I was, because I was in a real bad spiral. You know, I'm gonna have to say the church had a lot to do with me being able to actually step back and say, okay, maybe this will help you where you're at right now, you know. So I'm gonna say the church, and then she started. I didn't want to go to Resilience because I'm not a doper. You know, I'm an alcoholic. You know, I don't need Resilience. But she started me coming, and I know. You know, she started me coming to Resilience, and I felt an immediate, like, there's something here that I need. You know, so. I resolved to not stay there. I resolved, okay, I screwed up. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can get up again, and you can continue to go forward. It's hard. You get so mad at yourself. I think you forgave me for it, but I beat me up over it. But it is still behind me, and I'm still walking forward in a sober life. And that's what I mean. That I am a recovering alcoholic, not a relapsing alcoholic. Is how I see it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This has taught me so much. If I hadn't gone through this, I wouldn't be aware of this. I mean, I wouldn't change. I would love to have lived a sober life. The direction that I had planned when I was in high school, when I finished school, and I would love for that to have happened. But I'm not giving back anything I know to avoid what I went through. It's worth it, every penny.
Yeah. What makes it worth it?
Oh my goodness, my relationship with God. I would not know him the way I know him as a deliverer, the way people that have not ever, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
oh yeah.
I've seen his mercy. I have seen he has had grace on me. I have called him names, and he still stayed with me. I want to go back to God's grace. That grace, I mean, I can't tell enough of how that has restored so much in my life. He's calling you. He's calling you. Come to me. Come to him. Come to him. He'll take your burden. There's so much more, Jason.